had actually packed refuse from their homes and were dumping. The truth is, a lot of people, I don't think they're aware of the impacts, the negative impact such has. I mean, I'm sure they think they will come and they'll pick it up anyway. Yes, they will come and pick it up. But if you have a downpour, the type you had that Friday, chances are before the pickup, you've blocked the drains, the natural path of water, and you could have a resultant effect. So there's a lot of public enlightenment also going on.
Beyond the waste issues, physical planning and illegal structure has contributed to the challenge of flood management in the state.
On our part as physical planning, we've also noticed that certain houses, and most of those houses are actually dated, are actually too close to existing canals for comfort. So I guess that's where we come in as a ministry. And as a result of that Friday's incident, unfortunate incident, we have actually reached out and we've been engaging with the communities where the impact was mostly felt. And as I speak to you, some of our officers are actually on the field. Issa Legbein that you specifically mentioned also dovetails into a place we called Amolasho. Those areas were severely affected by that downpour. What we've seen, what we've done is we are taking, or what we're doing currently is we're taking data. What do I mean by taking data? We're looking at the properties that were mostly severely affected by the flood, trying to see first, are the integrities of those buildings? Is it in doubt right now? Is there any chance that we may have a collapse of any of those buildings anytime soon? So those are things we're working on. We're also trying to see what the distance of those structures is to the canal and also to the existing drainage. Governments, naturally, when things like this happen, there's certain decisions we have to make as a government. Again, for the safety of the governor's first job as number one man in the state is the safety and security of lives and properties. So that will form part of the recommendations that our team will make to the governor. And ultimately, a decision will be made on what the next steps will be. The truth is certain buildings would have to give way. But again, you're always very conscious not to severely inconvenience the citizenry. So there will be considerations to see how we can strike a balance such that people are not unduly displaced, at the same time ensuring the security of lives and properties.
Sad and unfortunate occurrence following heavy downpour. Experts say this should not be a surprise for reasons such as the annual seasonal rainfall prediction, of which meteorologist Modupe Ogunwale is a part of. She shares some of the information and predictions for 2018.
We're in the El Nino year. That is when the sea temperature is high. The sea temperature, the top water on the sea, the temperature is higher than normal. So when you have that, you have evaporation taking place. And this goes all the way to the hinterland and form rain there. And depending on how much the earth had been heated up, the rain, the clouds formation also gets bigger. So by the time it comes down, you have lots of rain coming down. And when you have lots of it coming down, the clouds will be depleted, quickly. So that's why you have flash floods. And if, while it's coming down, another set of moisture comes in from another area to this, if it's a system, then that's why you have elongated rainfall. It continues for a day, 2 or 3 days. Then you have more water coming down. But you see, the climate has been so hot. I mean, the temperature of everywhere in the world now is higher than normal. So it had been predicted that the rainy season, for instance, for Lagos area, will start in February. But the quantity of rain that you have will not be as much as last year's zone. Last year was the hottest year within the last 5-10 years, and when you have such conditions, you have stormy weathers after them. This year, the rainy season came, well, sparsely in February, but as we moved into May, June, it actually started. And I believe we're already in the, we're nearing the little dry season that we normally have every year, which had gone. It's supposed to start, it was predicted that it will start by the end of July. And this goes for about 1 or 2 weeks. There will be no rain. But it will be cloudy, just like the condition we have now. It will be cloudy and cool, but no rain. You think rain is coming, but you won't see it. But by the time it comes back, it will come with lots of rains and so on. The flash floods will come, but if you do not disturb the way it goes, it drains out of that place, then you won't have much havoc created with such rains. The governors of all the states, they have to be ready for the rains, because if you don't clear where the drainage should go to, it will cause problem. That's what is happening. And Lagos State had already realized that from the past experiences that they have. They haven't finished, they're on it. You can see that they are trying to make sure that all places have drainages. If you have a town with no drainage, all the water will just accumulate there, and it will become a flood, and it will be very hazardous to human living. So I want to advise that from all these experiences that each of these states are having, they should prepare for the rains. Preparing for the rains is to make sure that drainages are not blocked. And when the rain comes, there's a path the flood will take, and it will be outside places where people are living.